Greetings from Buc-ee's. Welcome everyone, Mike here with an exciting video for you guys today. We're going on a road trip. We're going from Dallas to Walt Disney World. I'm at Buc-ee's the night before I leave to get some road trip snacks. Let's start this vlog. So we had this massive store, but this is the only section we need for this road trip. Nuts and jerky. I mean, this is just one small section of jerky, but my favorite is right here, the honey jalapeno. Then for the wife and the daughter, it's the dark chocolate almonds. So that was a quick shopping experience for us. We actually only live about 10 minutes from this Buc-ee's, so we're here all the time. We still like to have the snacks for road trips. There's a few things that we only get when we go on road trips, so it still feels kind of special. The plan is to leave Dallas tomorrow morning around 4 a.m. And I say Dallas, we live in the suburbs. We'll be getting on 75 in Collin County. So for all you people who say, that's not Dallas, I'm admitting to it, it's not Dallas, but for the sake of this video, we're calling from Dallas to Disney. But the plan is leave at 4 a.m. We're gonna shoot for Tallahassee, which is about 12 hours away, but we're gonna play it safe and kind of take things as they come. If we're too tired to make it to Tallahassee, we'll stop at the nearest place we can get a hotel from when we're too exhausted. But with my wife and I both driving, we should definitely be able to make it. That's about 6 hours of driving for each one of us. We're in her car, so she'll be comfortable to drive anytime that I need a break. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video for now, and I'll see you guys in the morning. 3:45 a.m. We're actually ahead of schedule. Proud of my girls. Got the car packed, doing a fall walk through the house. We're gonna hit the road. Okay, we made it out of the house on time. We are 75 heading towards downtown Dallas. I think the plan per GPS is to get on Interstate 20. So off to a good start. No traffic yet. All right, so we're officially 3 hours into this drive. So far, it's been pretty uneventful. We actually took 75 down to 635 to 80 to 20. We're about 230 miles in. We're in Shreveport, Louisiana right now. I'm pretty proud of myself. I typically had the bladder of an 8-month pregnant woman, but so far on this trip, I'm doing very well. Had some coffee and don't have to go to the bathroom just yet, so we're gonna go as far as we can. If we get too hungry, grab some breakfast, get some gas, and stretch our legs for a little bit. So far, we're making excellent time. Our goal again today is Tallahassee. We kind of want to stop in Pensacola and get some seafood, just kind of see the beach as we're going through. Right now, if we do that, it's showing our arrival time at about 2:30. Not bad considering we left the house at 4 a.m. So I'll absolutely take that. We'll wait and see. We may get closer into Florida, so we just want to go ahead and head to Tallahassee and maybe do Pensacola on the way home. All right, see you guys when it's breakfast time. So 4 hours in, we're in Ruston, Louisiana. Shreveport, ton of construction. I-20 was down to one lane. Luckily, there wasn't a lot of traffic there, so we weren't having to wait at all. But the lanes were tiny. We're in a Nissan Pathfinder and it felt cramped. I could not imagine going through Shreveport, Louisiana in the 18-wheeler. It was the most narrow lane I think I've ever seen in my life. But got through there okay. Speed limit was only 40 miles an hour, so I slowed us down a little bit. And then once we got to Shreveport, back to 2 lanes on Highway 20, until we got a little bit west of Ruston. Went down to 1 lane for about 5 miles. But now that we're on the east side of Ruston, it's back to 2 lanes. I think our plan is to go ahead and stop in Monroe and get some breakfast, some gas, and stretch the legs a little bit. But the first 4 hours have gone by pretty smoothly. Quite happy about that. So it's about 8:30. We made it to West Monroe, stopped, got some McDonald's. Now we're getting some gas. Easy trip so far. Gas here is actually a little bit cheaper than it was back in DFW. Looking at $3.19 versus what I paid yesterday, which is $3.30 when I left my house. So not too bad. I'm a little frustrated though. When I filled up my other car earlier this week, it was only $2.95. So pretty big jump in just a couple of days. pretty quick stop in West Monroe overall. I would like to have had McDonald's on the south side versus having to cross back over the north side, but oh well. No Duck Dynasty Star sightings, unfortunately. Can't believe they're actually back on the air. It's kind of cool though. But I never eat McDonald's except on road trips, so I got myself a McGriddle. It's nice having a co-pilot. When you only eat McDonald's on vacation, it tastes like vacation. See these bridges over here? River. My favorite part of National Lampoon's Vacation. So it's just a little after 10. We are 6 hours into this drive and 425 miles into the drive. We're still contemplating whether or not we're going to go to Pensacola. So far, everything's going pretty smooth. If we decide to go to straight through to Tallahassee, it shows us an arrival time of 5:20, which would be 4:20 Texas time. So that's exactly 12 hours pretty much. So make an excellent time. Again, the only really hiccup we had was Shreveport being down to one lane, and it really wasn't too bad of a hiccup, just more of an inconvenience and white knuckle driving through those narrow lanes. But so far, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. I really enjoyed coming into Mississippi and going over the river. The bridge was really cool to see. I seen it on several travel vlogs, but never seen it in person myself. So that was kind of cool to see in person. But so far, Mississippi's been really pretty. Easy driving, a lot of green foliage. Can't talk. A lot of foliage. My wife's laughing at me like she always does. Yeah, pretty drive so far. So 6 hours and 25 minutes into the drive, we hit our first batch of traffic. We're in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Google Maps on the Apple CarPlay did not predict this. I happened to see it on a road sign and had my wife pull up her Google Maps and it showed there. So I don't know why it's different on mine versus hers. Maybe because she just refreshed hers, who knows? But just not refreshed, she said, and she's right. So we're about a mile away from having to turn and start heading south. So the last mile on I-20 is going to be a long one, but so far it hasn't been too bad. We've only been stopped and go traffic for about half a mile now, but I gotta pee, so it's gonna feel like forever. So it turns out that only took 10 minutes to go 2 miles. That's not too bad. I mean, a little bit of a slowdown, but overall, I'll definitely take that. All right, as soon as we got out of that traffic, we got to Florence, Mississippi. My wife had to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna go ahead and top off the car and go use the restroom myself, but let her drive for a little bit. The gas here, it's about 120 miles up the road from West Monroe, is a lot cheaper. We're looking at $3.05 a gallon. You can see here, it only took about 4 gallons. This is the last stop. All right, we are officially 8 hours into the drive. We are in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I think I said we were there earlier in the vlog, but I think we're just a road sign saying this way to Hattiesburg. But right now we are right next to Southern Mississippi University, just past the stadium. It's been a good drive. Having my wife take over is giving me the rest that I need. I took about a 30-minute nap, I think. Feeling pretty good. We've decided to go ahead and take the detour to Pensacola Beach. It's about 30 minutes south of I-10, so it's be a 1 hour out of the way altogether, but it'll be nice to have some dinner on the beach, eat some seafood, and see the ocean. Never been to Pensacola and don't know when I'll be back this direction, so I think this will be worth the detour. We are still going to go ahead and make plans to head to Tallahassee for the night. We're estimating the time we eat and the detour and everything, it'll be 9 p.m. Florida Eastern Time, and be
8 p.m. our time, so it'd be a total of 16 hours in the car. Long day, but so far, like I said, it hasn't felt all that bad. Alright, we just made it to Mobile. We're gonna get some gas and switch drivers. So gas here is a little bit more expensive than the last stop. We still have almost 3/4 of a tank, but I wanted to top it off. Bathroom breaks are a must. Yeah, bathroom breaks have been more frequent than I thought, but you know, we were only about 25 minutes behind what GPS says it would be when we took off from the house. I can't complain about that. We've eaten and drinking more in this road trip than we did all the rest of the week combined, it feels like. The snacks after snacks, mochas, we've had tons of water, soda, even tried an Alani. Not too bad. I hate the way energy drinks make me feel, even though I'm a coffee drinker. But on vacation, I gave one a try. Not too bad. I just want to say I had a caffeine-free version. Alright, so this up here was only 6 gallons. Made our way into Mobile, crossing the Africatown Bridge. This reminds me of the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge back in Dallas. Actually, I think I like this a little bit better. And I think we go through a tunnel here pretty soon as we get on I-10. That'd be kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen a tractor on a city street like that. Yeah, this bridge is awesome. The USS Alabama. That's pretty cool to see. Wasn't expecting that. I'm glad my wife was able to get the camera out in time to snag it for you guys. That would be something very cool to go tour. We did the Arizona and Hawaii, and that was a lot of fun. So unfortunately, GPS took us around the Mobile tunnel. I was actually looking forward to that, believe it or not. Traffic in Mobile has flat out sucked. It's my least favorite city on the trip so far. Drivers are crazy. Solid white lines mean absolutely nothing here. But we're almost in Florida, and that part I'm really excited about. So it is 2:45 p.m. We left the Dallas area at 4 a.m. 3 stops, and we are just seconds away from Florida.
Welcome to Florida.
Almost as great as the Welcome to Disney World sign. We're officially in Florida. So if you're anything like I am, you're watching this video to prepare for your road trip to Florida. I watched 800 of them. Every single one, people stopped at the Florida Welcome Center. So that's where we're at right now. Let's go check it out and get our free orange juice. So the Blue Angels perform at Pensacola Beach, just right up the road. Little model plane here. It's cool to see in person with the backdrop of the storms coming in. It's a cool shot. I used to say Texas forever, but Florida is really pulling me in these days. So I'm going into the Welcome Center. I want to talk to him about the Sun Pass. Being from Dallas, we have the North Texas Tollway, NTTA. I'm sure if you're from Dallas watching this video, you know all about that. Texas is covered with toll roads just like Florida. I've seen online that NTTA works for most Florida tolls, except in Orlando. There's a few in Orlando that doesn't work. And I'm curious if the pay-by-plate is the best way to go, or if I should pick up a Sun Pass. I'm thinking the little upcharge, pay-by-plate may be the move here, but we'll find out. I love this sea turtle. Top 5 favorite animal. Probably top 3. With buffalo number 1, Bigfoot number 2. So they have a Sun Pass representative here. I asked him about the NTTA. I think he said as of March 28th, 2025, that NTTA works at every toll road in Florida. I say that letting you guys know that he didn't seem pretty confident when he told me that, but he said it's supposed to happen as of March 28, 2025. If I post this video and get a bill for the pay-by-plate later on, I'll let you know in the description below. On one Florida trip, I would love to go to the Kennedy Space Center before I get on a cruise. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Orange juice in hand. That's pretty good. So the Welcome Center was nice, clean, very quick stop for us here. We're heading to Pensacola Beach for some lunch. I've been in Pensacola for 5 minutes. Absolutely love it already. All right, this bridge is officially cooler than the Africatown Bridge in Mobile. I will say, watch for the cars in front of you because you get a lot of brakes, people looking out over the bridge. Okay, so we're here at Peg Leg Pete's. You know, when we were doing all the research on what to do in Pensacola for restaurants, the two most popular suggestions were Flounders and Peg Leg Pete's. We chose Peg Legs because I have a friend who lives in the area. She says it's her favorite for food and the fact they had their own parking lot. So we had to park right out front. We checked in online after we crossed over the bridge. It said 11 to 20 minute wait time. We pulled into the parking lot, got out of the car, and I got the text that our table was ready. Very, very lucky with that. But I went ahead and ordered the fried grouper, the fried shrimp. My daughter got the fried calamari, and my wife, who's not a seafood eater, got the grilled chicken pasta. I'm hungry. So the appetizer is here. I think grouper is the perfect Florida food. So this feels hotter than the surface of the sidewalk out there. But check out this flaky white fish. I'm gonna let this cool off a little bit before I take a bite. All right, I think it's cooled off enough. Again, look at all that white fish. It wasn't cooled off enough, but it's so daggum good. I'm gonna take that other half, some tartar sauce, hopefully cool it down a little bit. I don't know why I'm in a hurry, but
you bite. Room for dessert?
Hot, but very, very tasty. I mean, these are perfectly fried. Man, I love fish. What do you think, Zoe? They're really good. There's something about grouper, man. You know, I got some shrimp coming too. We get great Gulf shrimp in Texas. Never see grouper that often, or ever. This is a nice change. I've been married to my wife for 15 years. I've known her for 20. She hates seafood. Hates seafood. She saw my daughter and I carrying on about this grouper and decided to give it a try. Holy she liked it. That tells you something about this grouper. You guys have no idea how my mind is blown right now. 20 years with this woman, and I've seen her snarl her nose at fish. And for her to try this and like it, holy shit.
Breaking news. Sorry.
Okay, so I was sitting here waiting for the rest of my food. I saw they have their own hot sauce. I'm sure that'll be delicious on some fish. Makes me want to get oysters. I was wrong. That wasn't very good at all. That tasted almost like Fireball. I don't get that at all with hot sauce. I'll stick to the crystals and Tabasco. Our food is here. I have no idea how I'm going to drive after this. Check this out. So here's my wife's grilled chicken pasta. I got fried shrimp, red beans and rice, chips. This looks absolutely killer. And my daughter, she just opted for the calamari. The exact same breading that was on the grouper. Great quality shrimp. I think I like the grouper better though. Red beans and rice looks absolutely killer. Easily some of the best red beans and rice I've ever had. I've been in New Orleans plenty. This is really good. I am so full. These portions are massive. My daughter and I could have easily split this shrimp basket or shrimp dinner. $20. I'm taking half of it back home. Luckily, we're traveling with a cooler, so I can hopefully reheat this in the microwave at the hotel tonight. Don't know how fried shrimp's going to be reheated, but we're going to give it a shot. My wife said the pasta was just okay. My daughter said the calamari was great. So if you're into seafood, stick to the seafood. But if you don't like seafood, you can try the pasta. It's a solid option. It's not the best. I said I was tough. I should listen to myself. Too much. All right, so we're gonna box all this up and start heading to Tallahassee. GPS is showing about 3 hours from here to our hotel. I think getting out of Pensacola is gonna be a big portion of that. Pretty big line of cars trying to leave this area. We were coming in. I'm sure we're gonna have to fight through that as well. But let's go ahead and hit the road. It is now 4:42. So 7:42 was what GPS showed we'll get there. Of course, Tallahassee is an Eastern time zone. This will be about 8:42, 9 o'clock by the time we get there. So this is what I was talking about getting out of Pensacola. I'm on the third cycle of this light. We probably got about, I would say 2 more to go. They really need to work on the timing of this. But look at me. I've been in Pensacola for a full hour and I'm telling their traffic engineers what to do. So we made our first stop post Pensacola. Had to do a driver swap. It is 7:04 Central Time. We've been at this for 17 hours now. I'm exhausted. We're about 85 miles outside of our hotel in Tallahassee. Yeah, I just ran out of steam, so I pulled over, got some gas. It was $3.55 a gallon here. I couldn't tell you where we're located right now. There's really not much between Pensacola and Tallahassee right off the highway. Everything is, you exit and go down about a mile or two. So keep that in mind for making this trip. Tallahassee was very ambitious after Pensacola. I think had we gone straight through, I could have made it. But I stopped in Pensacola. I didn't want to chance it with my family, so I had my wife driving, and she's going to take us in to the hotel. We'll see you guys when we get to Tallahassee. So it's 9 o'clock Eastern time, 900 miles later, and we are 9 miles from our hotel. It's been a long day. I was feeling great when we left Pensacola. About an hour and a half, I started getting so tired so fast. Luckily, my wife was well rested to finish the job. So this drive from Dallas to Tallahassee is doable one day. I highly suggest not stopping in Pensacola Beach. If you're going through Pensacola, no big deal. But going to Pensacola Beach really made this trip a little bit longer than it should have been. But overall, it was a good day. We made a pact before we left that if we were too tired to drive, we would just get another hotel. But we're going to make it to Tallahassee. Like I said, we're now 8 miles away. Wife's feeling pretty good. I think the plan is get checked in and go to bed. I can go to sleep. My wife will have to watch Big Bang Theory for 30 minutes or so before she goes to sleep. Plan is in the morning, get up around 7. So at this rate, if we get to bed by 10 o'clock, this would be a good 9-hour sleep. And then head the road for Disney. We are staying at Port Orleans French Quarter this year. But the first night, we're actually staying at the Gaylord Palms. Always wanted to stay at the hotel, got a free room through Marriott Rewards, so we're going to check that out. But yeah, long day, but I'm glad to be in Tallahassee, and I'm glad that I only have a 4-hour drive in Orlando tomorrow. We finally made it to our hotel. Doesn't look too bad. Let's go get checked in. A little active street here. It's going to be a lot of restaurants and clubs. Hopefully it doesn't keep us up tonight. But pretty cool little hotel, man. not too bad. Have a nice little bar seating area. Breakfast will be over here in the morning. Got berry lemonade. Well, there's much left though. All right, we're gonna go get checked in and go to our room. Long day of traveling, but I'm finally back in the hotel room. Tallahassee can be done. I just don't recommend going to Pensacola Beach first. But again, like I said, my wife helped drive, so it helped out a lot. Single person, no way in hell would I do that. But we're here at the Hyatt Place by FSU campus. Pretty nice hotel. The neighborhood coming in, granted it was dark, looked kind of sketchy, but as we got closer to the hotel, things got a little bit nicer. There's another nice hotel next door, nice cars in the parking lot with security, and it's a great building, beautiful building, as you saw earlier. But let's take a quick look at the room. Basic shower, no tub. Most hotels don't seem to have tubs anymore, but instead they have showers that like to leak onto the floor. Single vanity. We do have a microwave and a mini fridge down here, which is good because we have leftovers from Peg Leg Pete's. And then for the three of us, we got a 2-queen room. And speaking of queens, there's mine. Okay, that's it for today's portion of the video. I will see you guys in the morning when we take off for Orlando. See you in the morning. Good morning. I don't think I've ever slept so good the first night in the hotel. I was absolutely exhausted. I went to bed about 10:30, and the first time I even thought about waking up was around 6 a.m. I got up at 7, great night's sleep. The hotel, the area around here doesn't look too bad actually. Now it's daylight, definitely an older part of town, but they're revitalizing it. A lot of bars and restaurants. It's not too bad, very college-esque, tons of college kids and parents at this hotel. Overall, I think I would recommend. The only downside I have is the water pressure sucked. It took 4 times as long to take a shower, and I don't even have any hair. So if I was someone with long hair, that would have been a major problem. Breakfast looked good. A lot of breakfast items out there. Didn't eat it, but the eggs and bacon looked great for a hotel breakfast. A lot of people were eating it, seemed to enjoy it, so definitely want to give that a try. Only other part of the hotel is our closet. It smelled like somebody had been hotboxing in there. Reeked of marijuana, but the rest of the room didn't. So that was okay with us. We said put it in the closet. We were only here for 12 hours. Not a bad hotel. So next, Walt Disney World. All right, so we left Tallahassee about 8:15, so about 15 minutes behind schedule. About 9:45 in the morning. I messed up in my vlog earlier. I said we were right next to Florida State. We were actually right next to Florida A&M, but Florida State was only like 3 miles away. So we drove by there and looked at the stadium, and we enjoyed that so much. We're gonna go ahead and stop in Gainesville and look at the University of Florida Stadium, then head down to Orlando. But this drive, very beautiful. Trees on both sides of Interstate 10. Really enjoyed that. No traffic to speak of. It's Saturday morning, so not a lot of people going to work or anything like that. So it's been a really casual drive, and I've kind of enjoyed it so far. It's been pretty good. So the plan is, after University of Florida, is to go ahead and check into our hotel. We might possibly stop and eat at a pizza place called Doughboyz on the way. We're still kind of discussing they're going to play it by ear, but as of right now, we should be at the hotel around 12:30. So not a bad little drive to finish this off here. So we just toured the University of Florida campus. That was a lot cooler than Florida State. Sorry, Seminole fans, but that was pretty awesome. I would absolutely love to see my daughter end up there. Fill up with gas. This was by far the most expensive one yet. It was about $3.65 a gallon. So I think the cheapest we've paid so far is like $3.05. So that was up there. But it's the first time we've filled up since my wife and I made the switch yesterday on the way to Tallahassee. So pretty decent gas mileage. So the plan now is that we're going to go ahead and drive into Orlando. We're going to try Doughboyz Pizza, swing by the UCF campus, and then head over to our hotel at the Gaylord. Overall, this trip has been smooth, but today, the stretch of I-10 and I-75, the semis have been insanely bad with texting and driving. 4 times now, or 3 or 4 times now, we've had semis come into our lane that I had to floor it to get past them. I've never experienced anything like this. I live in Dallas. I've driven 75 in Dallas and 35 in Dallas in the tollway, and nothing like what I've experienced today with these semis. They just cannot stay in their lane. It's pretty damn dangerous, honestly. I'm a little rattled right now. This is the 4th time this has happened. And, way too dangerous. On to get pizza. So that last hour of the drive was absolutely insane. We saw so much road rage, so many bad drivers. I've heard the Orlando area is pretty crazy with drivers, and I'm starting to believe it in the short experience I have driving around here. But now we're in Oviedo, I believe how you say it, Florida, trying Doughboyz Pizza. I've seen this place on Instagram so many times and looking forward to trying it out for you guys. Okay, our slices are here. We got a margarita, a buffalo chicken ranch, sausage and pepperoni. So this is a traditional New York slice shop. These guys moved here right after the pandemic to start this place in Florida. Moved from New York, that is. I want to go ahead and try this buffalo ranch because this looks absolutely amazing. All right, so the first one up we're going to try is the buffalo chicken. It's something different I've never had before. I mean, this holds up on its own. That's delicious. Got the bite of the buffalo sauce with the cheese. The chicken on there is kind of similar to a Chick-fil-A chicken nugget. It's a solid slice. Next up, trying the margarita. So it's got a little bit of homemade pesto sauce on there. This is a little floppier than the buffalo. Good thin crust. This is tasty. And then finally, we're trying my favorite pizza, the sausage pepperoni. Good amount of sausage on there. Pepperoni is a World Cup pepperoni. This is excellent. So we came here with the intentions of just getting slices, but my daughter really wanted the white pie, and they didn't have any slices, so we just ordered a small. This is a pretty big slice of pizza for a small. Got, what does it got on there? Garlic, mozzarella, and ricotta cheese. The pizza is nice, garlicky. I'm just not a fan of the texture of the ricotta. Other than that, it's a fantastic pizza. We're definitely trying to make good time. We're trying to have a good time. So we're gonna leave here, swing by UCF and see that campus, then head to our hotel. So we finally made it to our hotel. We're here at the Gaylord Palms Hotel. Pretty cool little spot right outside Disney Springs. We want to give this a shot for one night just because this place looks absolutely amazing. Let me show you guys the alligators. Don't know if y'all can see it here, but on a little island, there's a ton of alligators right here in our hotel. And this is honestly the main reason why I wanted to stay here. But beautiful indoor facility. All right, let's go up to the room. And our room. Come in here a little bit nicer than the Hyatt, I would say. I got the fact we got separate toilets and shower area. And we just got the standard Florida double queen. Not too bad. All right, I thank you so much for watching our road trip. Like I said earlier, this is all about having a good time and not making great time. It was a long time in the car, I guarantee you that. But we had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the campus tours, seeing UCF, Florida State, and University of Florida. If I had to rank them, You'd probably go University of Florida, Florida State, and UCF, but all three are great campuses. All right, thank you for watching to the very end. You have a great day. Bye.